And hello, everybody. I'm Callie Rose, and welcome to our Thursday Zoom ukulele class. I'm here with my friends from all over, and it's such a pleasure to hang out together. We've been working on the pentatonic scale in the key of C, the north-south version. And this is the third video in this series. We've explored and learned the notes in the pentatonic scale that look like this. There are 2 notes on each string, and that is more than 5 notes because 3 of them get repeated. It's very exciting. And we've also worked on mixing those little notes together and coming up with lick ideas, little motifs, stuff like that. So today I'm just going to share an overview of 4 techniques where we can take a string and fancy it up even more. The first one is a hammer-on. Looks like this. The second is a pull-off. Let me just rearrange my papers here to make sure that you can see this. So here's the hammer-on. Pull-off. And a slide. Now, we're just focusing in, by the way, on the A string with these first 3 techniques. So the slide looks like this. And as soon as my finger crosses over the hump here, the fret wire, we get a sound. So I begin that sound that I want to make in the 3rd fret in the 2nd fret. So it's kind of a little mime puzzle here that when I know that I want to land on the 3rd fret, which is a C note, and I want to slide here, that I'm going to need to start 1 fret to the left of my destination. That's the 3rd little fancy. And the 4th one is bending. And for this one, I'm going to go to the C string here, to the 2nd fret. And I'm pressing in with my middle finger, one of my strong fingers. And I'm going to pluck the string and then with my index finger pull down and really bend it. Can you see what's happening here? And can you hear what's happening? The sound of it is going, nah, nah. It's very cool. And it hurts. So this brings me to my disclaimer for you guys. I don't use these techniques very much because I'm not very good at it. I have not put in the time, the woodshedding, to get to a point where I'm really confident. So when I do throw them in, there's a little voice in me going, I did it. So like everybody in this world, I'm striving to get better. So that said, if there's something here that's really piquing your interest, please do a deep dive in these vast resources that we have online with teachers who really have mastered this technique and can guide you along your way. So, starting with the hammer-on, which to me feels like a really apt name because we're kind of hammering onto the string that we want to make a sound on. And we're just going to stick with the A string and the 3rd fret, the C note. So, for me, the way that I do it is I pluck that string first, so it's ringing. And when I do that, it's an open string. That is an A, an open A. And then with my ring finger, I am going to pound in like this, hammer. And let me just note that we talk about the sweet spot a lot in these classes, placing the tip of our fingers in the sweet spot, which is really quite adjacent to the fret wire right here. That's where we get the best sound for the least amount of effort. Oops, let me make sure that we are all, sorry about that. So this really helps. It's helped me to integrate how important it is to take aim on that sweet spot when I'm hammering. Because if I hammer not in the sweet spot, I'm having to push harder to get a decent sound. Whereas if I'm here, I'm getting a more decent sound. So in slow motion, I'm using my ring finger. I'm getting in my finger picking position. I think everybody does this differently. Some people use their thumb, maybe your index finger. For now, find something that works for you. So I pluck it, and then I hammer that ring finger into the position on the 3rd fret. Okay, hang on. I want you guys make sure that you're all muted. That'll really, really help me out. Okay? So let's try it together. 2, 3, 4. Now I'm tapping my foot because I want to learn this in tempo. When we play it, we need to play it within the pocket of the song. Let me turn on the drum. Oops, wrong one. So look like this. Listen, you're going to have to do this hundreds of times to get it down, to get comfortable with it. Now, in this position that we're in right now, I'm still pressing in. Let's look at the pull-off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pluck the string again, but my finger is pushing in. So what's the note you're hearing? It's a C. And then with my ring finger, I'm just going to pull off and downward. And when I do, I make a sound. Will you try it with me? 2, 3, 4. We can actually put these together where we do a hammer on and a pull off. Then we're going to add one more little rhinestone to our fancies here. A slide. So we are taking aim. We want to know what our destination is, and it's that 3rd fret on the A string. So I'm going to start by pressing in on the 2nd fret. Pluck and slide. Watch this. Now, if you're doing this for the first time, you're probably pushing so hard with your left hand. It's what we do. We're trying so hard. With me, the more I did it, the more I learned how much tension I needed to press in and how I could ease up, how I could chill out a little bit. But that came from doing it over and over. So why don't we put these 3 things together? It's going to look like this. Sorry, it's going to look like this. I think I left out the hammer on. So we're just doing a slide and a pull off here. So press in on the second fret, slide, and then pull off. Now that's with a hammer on. Watch this, a little bit more stuff to add to the heap here. A slide, and then a hammer on, and a pull off. This is just one idea of so many, one musical idea of so many that we can work with. And if you like it, great. If you don't, find something that you do like. Now, for example, we can just do so it's a hammer on, pull off. I'm going to comp for you. I'm just going to play an A minor and a D. Just try that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I was just ratcheting back and forth between those three little tricks. Now the bend. We're going to go to two different strings for this one. And the bend is the thing that I really need a lot of work on. I basically just bend one string at one place, and it's this one I'm going to show you. I do so let me walk us through this step by step. And by the way, these are all notes from the pentatonic scale in C. But remember that you can use these tricks with any notes. Some will work better than others. You just have to get in the sandbox and mess around. So I am plucking the G string with my thumb, hammering on. See, yeah, I'm going to hammer on with my middle finger. And then I'm going to hammer on the C string. Let's just try that first. We can do a pull-off. I find pull-offs are more difficult on the two lower strings, so I tend to just kind of find alternative ways of doing this, as you can see. Now, how do we add a bend? We're going to do the hammer on the G string in the second fret. Going to pluck the C string and then press in on the second fret and pull this finger down. And then just pluck that second string. G string, hammer on the second fret, pluck the C string open, press in on the second fret and bend it. And then just play the open C. How's your finger doing? My finger's gone, enough. So I'm just going to comp for you for a few seconds so you have a chance to work on this yourselves. Here's our beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. All pentatonic.